teacher, welcome to our presentation, and today our group will present the marketing channels in which we find out how to deliver the customer value, and we are shopaholics.
So, why companies use marketing channels? About this first question, firstly we're going to figure out that what is marketing channel. So, marketing channels or distribution channels is a set of interdependent organizations that helps makes the product or service available for use or consumption by the consumer or business user. And in creating customer engagement and value, a company cannot go it alone. It must work within an entire network of partner and it's called a value delivery network to accomplish the task. And that would include the upstream partner, which is a firm that supply raw materials, components, part, information, finance needed to create the products or service. And lastly, it's downstream partner, which include the marketing channels or distribution channels that look toward the customer, including retailer and wholesaler. And lastly, individual companies and brand they don't compete with each other. The entire value delivery network do, and most producers use intermediaries to bring their products to the market, and they forge a marketing channel for distribution channels and a set of interdependent organization involved in the process of making a product or service available for use or consumption by the consumer or business user. And through their contacts, like experience, specializations, and scale of operations, intermediaries usually offer the firm more than it can be achieved on its own. You can see I can put the distribution channels here and their function. So, secondly, as regard these channels perform, first we're gonna figure out that how channels members add value. So, firstly, they transform the assortment of products into assortments wanted by the consumer. Like you can see in some customer store or convenience store and supermarket, they have the goods sorted in the specific area. And nextly, they bridge the major time, place, and position gaps that separate the goods and service from the user. So you can see that marketing channels perform many key functions, and some helps to complete the transaction by gathering and distributing information needed to planning and aiding exchange, developing and spreading persuasive communication about an offer. Like you can see here, through the distributor, it makes the work a lot easier because the manufacturer just send information of their goods and products to the distributor, and the customer can easily buy the product that particularly and specifically their need. So other than distributing information, it also helps to performing contact work like finding and communicating with prospective buyers, and they matching shaping and fitting the offer to the buyer's need, and they entering into the negotiation to reach an agreement on price and other terms of the offer so that the ownership can be transferred. And other function help to fulfill the completed transactions by offering physical distribution, like transporting and storing goods. And nextly is financing, like acquiring and using funds to cover the cost of the channel works. And lastly is risk taking, like they will assuming the risk of carrying out to the channel work.
And the second part of this presentation is the channel behavior and organization. Distribution channels are more than simple collections of firms tied together by various flows. Here, we'll look at channel behavior and how members organize to do the work of the channel. So first, we're gonna find out what is channel behavior. Channel behavior is a marketing channel, consists of firms that have partnered for the common good, and each channel member depends on others. For example, a Ford dealer depends on Ford to design cars that meet customer needs. And each channel member plays a specialized role in the channel. For example, Samsung role is to produce electronics products that consumer will cover and create demand through national advertising. And the second part is the channel conflict. There are often disagree on who should do what and for what rewards. And such disagreements over goals, roles, and rewards generate a channel conflict. And the two types of conflict. The first one is the horizontal, and the second one is the vertical conflict. And for the channel as a whole to perform well, each channel member's role must be specified. and channel conflict also must be managed. And this figure is the comparison of the conventional distribution channel with vertical marketing system. The conventional distribution channels consist of one or more independent producers, wholesalers, and retailers, and each separate business seeking to maximize its own profits, perhaps even at the expense of profits for the system as a whole. And in contrast, a vertical marketing system, VMS, provides channel leadership and consists of producers, wholesalers, and retailers acting as a unified system. And we'll look now at three major types of VMSs: corporate, contractual, and administered. It is the corporate marketing system, contractual marketing system, and administered marketing system. And first, we're going to find out the corporate VMS. A corporate VMS integrates successive stages of production and distribution under single ownership. Vertical marketing system, here's another fancy term of a simple concept. It's simply a channel in which members at different levels, hence vertical, work together in a unified way, hence system, to accomplish the work of the channel. And the second VMS is the contractual VMS. That is a vertical marketing system in which independent firms at different levels of production and distribution join together through contracts, and it obtains more economies and sales impact than each could achieve alone. And the last one is the administered VMS. In an administered VMS, leadership is assumed not through common ownership or contractual ties, but through the size and the power of one or a few dominant channel members.
Following my friend's presentation, I will continue with what's called horizontal marketing system, and that is when two or more companies at one level join together for a marketing opportunity. This can happen in many ways. Competitive or non-competitive companies could join together, they could cooperate in the short or a long time, or they can even create a new company. Examples are McDonald's at a Walmart supermarket, or the Star Alliance, 27 airlines joining forces based on the premise. The benefits can be companies can share their costs and resources by both funding their marketing campaigns, research and development initiatives to decrease financial burden. Also, higher competitive advantage can be achieved by combining strengths and capabilities to compete and increase their market position. And lastly, horizontal marketing can improve product and service offerings with exchange of knowledge, expertise, and best practices among participating companies. Resultingly, they can bring innovative offerings to the market more effectively. We will move on with a multi-channel distribution system. By definition, a distribution system in which a single firm sets up two or more marketing channels to reach one or more customer segments. Multi-channel distribution systems offer many advantages to companies facing large and complex markets. With each new channel, the company expands its sales and market coverage and gains opportunity to tailor its products and services to the specific needs of diverse customer segments. Examples can include retail stores such as Walmart having both physical stores and e-commerce platforms. Lastly is changing channel organization, and it refers to the process of making alterations and adjustment to the structure or composition of a company's distribution channels. Examples are Apple shifting from third-party retailers to direct Apple stores.
To have an effective channel design, companies should use marketing channel design, which analyzes customer needs, setting channel objectives, identifying major channel alternatives, and evaluating the alternatives. Marketing channels are part of the value delivery network. Therefore, we have to find out what the consumer wants from the channels. While trying to provide the fastest delivery, the most services, and the most assortment sounds amazing, it may not be possible due to the lack of skills and resources. And higher level of service lead to higher prices, which not all consumers like. Take Walmart for example, they have a low customer shopping experience and satisfaction because their customers accept lower service in exchange for lower prices. When setting channel objectives, we should consider consumers' needs, the company's ability, the product, the competitors, and the environment. For example, companies creating simple necessary goods may want their product displayed alongside their competitors to facilitate comparison shopping. Or companies like Pampered Chef, who sells high-quality kitchen tools, avoid channels used by the competitors. After setting objectives, the company then identifies its major channel alternatives in terms of types of intermediaries, the amount, and the responsibility of each channel. So firms often have many choices of channel members, like retailers, wholesalers, and online marketing channels. However, using many types of channel can create conflicts. Take Dell, whose channel often compete with each other for sales. As for the amount of channels, there are three strategies: intensive, exclusive, and selective. Intensive distribution is getting their product to as much outlets as possible, often used by companies who want maximum exposure and consumer convenience, while exclusive distribution are used by luxury brands to create exclusiveness. And selective distribution is used by companies who want good relationship with its channels to have a better selling effort. And the responsibilities include all parties have to follow agreed price policies, condition of sale, territory rights, and specific services to be performed. Finally, the company will then evaluate the channel alternatives based on economic criteria, control, and adaptability criteria to satisfy its long-run objectives. Marketing channels management is the process of selecting, managing, motivating channel members, and evaluating their performance. When selecting channel members, companies should evaluate on its use in business, location, growth and profit record, cooperativeness, and reputation. Established brands may even find it difficult to find distributors. For instance, some big cigarette brands can be sold in CVS pharmacy due to its decisions. Once selected, channel members must be continuously managed and motivated to do their best. By seeing intermediaries as first-line customers, they bring higher value to customers. For example, Caterpillar and the dealers work closely together to improve customer satisfaction. And the last step is to evaluate the performance of each channels. Companies should reward intermediaries that are performing well and assist, motivate, or even replace ones that are doing poorly.
Supply chain management is the centralized management of the flow of goods and services to and from a company, and included all of the process involved in transforming raw materials and components into final products. The five most critical phases of supply chain management are planning, sourcing, production, distribution, and returns. There are some major logistic functions. Firstly, warehousing, which is a process of storing goods and materials in a designated location, usually within a warehouse facility, and it helps in storing surplus or excess goods and materials that may be needed in the future. And warehousing also provided a safe and secure location for goods and materials that are not currently in use. Next, inventory management. It involves planning, controlling, and executing the movement and storage of goods to meet customer demand and achieve corporate objectives. And inventory management can be static or dynamic depending on the determination of safe inventory levels and replenishment according to demand changes. Lastly, transportation. It's a crucial function of logistics as it involves moving goods from one location to another, and it can be done through various modes such as land, sea, or air. The choice of transportation mode depends on factors like the type of goods, distance, and time frame for delivery. Integrated logistic management. McDonald's, they are now in more than 100 countries with over 35,000 restaurants and serving like 68 million people each day, but they has consistently ranked high for their excellent supply chain management. They have a system where success is shared and value is exchanged between them and their suppliers. And this approach has been widely successful.
So let's move on to the chapter 13, the retailing wholesaling.
Shopper marketing is defined as the practice of using shopper insights to appeal to the shopper's state of mind and positively influence shopper behavior, resulting in conversion from browsing shopper to product buyer. Shopper marketing is important for both brands and retailers. The majority of purchase decisions uh, 82% are made in store, and as many as 68% of these decisions are impulse-driven, category-dependent. Conversely, in some cases, more than 50% people leave a slide empty-handed because they cannot find what they are looking for, indicating an opportunity for brands and retailers to improve the shopper experience and convert consideration to sales. And a successful shopper marketing technique can help to build trust, increase brand awareness, and convince potential customers to buy, just like Coca-Cola did on their famous project Share a Cup campaign.
Not surprisingly, retailers must make the same types of segmentation, positioning, and marketing mix of decisions as any other marketer. So now let's take a look at some retailer marketing decision. Okay, the first objective is segmentation, targeting, differentiation, and positioning decisions. Retailers need to segment their target markets and differentiate themselves. Should they focus on upscale, mid-scale, or downscale shoppers? What do their target customer value? Variety, assortment, convenience, or low prices? Defining their markets is crucial for consistent decisions on products, services, and pricing. Understanding customer preferences leads to better success. A successful business that best illustrates this is In-N-Out Burger. They thrive by positioning themselves away from McDonald's. The chain stays with what it does best, making really good hamburgers, really good fries, and really good shakes. Talking about product assortment and services decision, retailers must decide on three major product variables: product assortment, services mix, and store atmosphere. Product assortment, the variety of merchandise that either a business directly makes or a retailer sells, like Top Market or Lotte Mart, where you can buy anything from food, clothing, and furniture to gadgets, office supplies, and camping equipment. The services mix can also help set one retailer apart from another. For example, some retailers invite customers to ask questions or consult service representatives in person or via phone or tablet. Retailers want to create a unique store experience, one that suits the target market and moves customers to buy. Like when you walk into a Sephora store, you feel so much energy and involvement. The staff, dressed in distinctive uniforms, are welcoming and ready to help you. You hear upbeat and lively music and see busy customers trying products for themselves in an easy and efficient way. Next is price decision. A retailer's price policy must fit its target market and positioning, product and service assortment, the competition, and economic factors. All retailers would like to charge high markups and achieve high volume, but the two seldom go together. Most retailers seek either high markups on lower volumes or low markups on higher volumes. Moving on to the promotion decision, retailers use various combinations of the 5 promotion tools: advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, public relations, and direct and social media marketing to reach their consumers. Digital promotions let retailers reach individual customers with carefully targeted messages. For example, to compete more effectively against rivals online, popular consumer goods like Coca-Cola beverages and the McDonald's hamburgers can benefit significantly from commercials, whereas personal selling is more suitable for high-end products like cars or jewelry. Lastly, place decision. Retailers often point to 3 critical factors in retailing success: location, location, and location. It is very important that retailers select locations that are accessible to the target market in areas that are consistent with the retailer's positioning. For example, Apple locates its stores in high-end malls and trendy shopping districts, such as the Magnificent Mile on Chicago Michigan Avenue or the Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. Next, we will move into retailing trends and development. Retailers must constantly adapt their marketing strategies and mixes to today's challenging, fast-changing retail environment. Retailers operate in a harsh and fast-changing environment, which offers threats as well as opportunities. Following years of good economic times, retailers have now adjusted to the economic realities and more thrift-minded consumers. New retail forms continue to emerge. At the same time, however, different types of retailers are increasingly serving similar customers with the same products and prices, making differentiation more difficult. Other trends in retailing include the rise of market retailers, the rapid growth of direct online, mobile, and social media retailing, the need for omnichannel retailing, the growth importance of retail technology, a surge in green retailing, and the global expansion of major retailers.
So wholesaling includes all activities involved in selling goods and services to those buying them for resale or business use. Such firms are called wholesalers. There are three major groups of wholesalers. Merchant wholesalers, an independent business that takes title to the merchandise it handles. Brokers and agents, a wholesaler who does not take title to goods but assists business and sellers in negotiations. And manufacturers and retailers, branches and office. Wholesaling done by the sellers or buyers themselves. As for their marketing decisions, like retailers, wholesalers must develop customer-driven marketing strategies and mixes that create value for customers and capture the value in return.